to the cars,
Get rich with one piece.
the piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. 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 Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Getting rich with the One Piece. Oh man, I forgot my mic was on this whole time. Glad I ain't say nothing stupid. That's a relief. Oh, I was messing around with it beforehand and forgot to remute it because I never do that. Oh yeah, I need to see. My wife got me all taken care of with my hair. Now I gotta fucking do my part and clean this up a little bit. I think I have a little bit of time though. We got a couple hours before we leave. Yeah, so yeah, but I need to take care of all this. Should have some time. This stream isn't gonna be crazy long or anything like that. You know, I always say that and then end up talking to y'all motherfuckers for 2 hours. Yeah, so welcome. I know it's a weird time than what we normally do, but that's okay because we're flexible, right? And so I like I mentioned, we got some shit to do tonight. I haven't streamed for the past couple of days. It's funny how stuff works out. It's just like one day I'm like, I don't want to stream tonight because I'm tired or whatever the case may be, and then I'll just stream tomorrow, and then something comes up, and then something comes up, and then something comes up, and it's just kind of like, oh shit, I haven't streamed in a couple of days. So that's what happens. So that's why I need to like take advantage of the time. That happened with some other things too, right? I'm like, oh, I got some tournaments that this Heroines Cup tournament that I was, I signed up for a bunch of them, and there was a bunch of them this week, and I'm like, Monday I didn't want to go because it's 40 minutes away. The one that was on Monday was like 40. It was over 40 minutes. It was like 42, 43 minutes, somewhere around there. And I was just like, you know what? I have a couple more coming up this week. I'll be fine, right? I don't want to drive all the way out there. Tuesday something came up, couldn't go. Wednesday I didn't sign up for one because there wasn't one. Thursday something came up, couldn't go, and then so I ended up going to one yesterday, only being able to make it to one when I had 4 set up this week is kind of like, it's a shock. It's like, damn, I wish I would have went to the one on Monday. Carpe diem, I guess. So I need to be taking advantage of the opportunities that I can go. Man, I wish I would have shaved before this stream. Y'all seen me look a lot worse though. So I trust that y'all not judging too hard. And if y'all are, fuck y'all. There we go. I got this new chair obviously for Christmas. And I got this plastic mat or whatever to allow my chair to roll a little bit easier. Got this for my wife, and then I got the mat, and she does a really good job at like, collaborating with people and making these gifts or whatever. But so she got the chair, and then my parents, her mom and dad, both my parents too, they got the mat for me, and it's a plastic mat, and I'm sitting on it. The chair weighs like, I don't know, 50 pounds or something. And then I'm sitting my body weight too. So it leaves indentations. But so it like where the wheels are, like they leave in the indentations. And so like the chair wants to like fall back into those places, right? So the chair obviously wants to fall back into those grooves that have been, not really grooves, but into the dips that have been created. So sometimes I just have to like rotate it slightly so I can have more free motion. But anyways, today is going to be a pretty standard stream. We have a plethora of variety here. So I think I mentioned this the other day, but Hot Topic, they were selling OP14 online a couple of days. I just randomly like decided to look, and they had some. So I went on there, and they cap you like 5 packs per order, but they were selling OP14, and they had, again, selling at 5 packs per order. And so I just went in there and just like ordered as many as I fucking could. And so they've sent them in separate, they're different orders, obviously. So they sent them at different times. I've only gotten 1 so far. I'm getting at least 4. I hope that I get more than that, because I looked in my app, not in the app, but I looked in my account, and only 4 of those orders went through. It was either 4 or 5. 4 or 5 of those orders went through, and I'm talking about they canceled 10 of them, right? So 4 or 5 of them went through, and I also ordered some not under my account. I think I ordered like maybe 4 or 5 orders not through my account. So I don't have any way to look those up. I mean, I could look them up. I could look up the order number if I have the receipt, or not the receipt, but like the receipt, I guess, that they emailed to me. And I don't want to do all that. So I'm just like, I'll just kind of fucking sit and wait to see what I get. So anyways, long story short, I have these 5. These are the only ones that have come so far. I was supposed to be getting some today, but I didn't. And that's fine, because I wouldn't have opened them today anyways. Then we have some Spirit Forged. Couple of packs of that, and these are coming from some champion decks, right? So those are like the starter decks for One Piece, but they're like the champion decks for Riftbound, and they have booster packs in them. So typically what I'll do, obviously I have some that stay in my collection that won't be opened, but then any extras that I get, I'll typically like take the booster packs out of those and then sell the everything else pretty much. So people are getting everything else in there. So I just posted those right before launching this. And then we have the last remnants of when I went to my typical shop that I go to, Level 1. There's 2 OP10 and 1 OP8. So that's what we have today. I spent about a little over an hour opening some, I spent the last hour and change sorting some of the cards that I just had. It wasn't a ton. I would say it was probably like around 250 to 300, or probably closer to 300. Um, Getting those like sorted. They're in the system. They're in the inventory, so they're ready to sell. I already actually got an order for one of the cards, the Jozu. Obviously, it's an extremely popular card, and so that card in less than an hour has already sold. So I probably will start seeing some more orders come through here soon. But anyways, that's taken care of. What else? I did, like I mentioned, went to a tournament yesterday and did absolutely horrible. I'm just so bad with Koala, and it sucks because I think Koala can do so well. Do I think it's the best deck? I know it's not the best deck. I know that, but it's fun, and it's fun sometimes. Yesterday was not fun at all, but when I play it correctly, like it can do very well. But there and the games come down to like, you know, it's comes down to one of those situations where it's like, okay, either I'm gonna win on this turn or you're gonna win. Like that's the bottom line. Like the games are that close where it comes down to, okay, this is the turn where somebody's gonna win, and both of us know it. You know what I'm saying? And so one tiny mistake, one tiny mistake can be the difference between, winning or losing a game. And I told myself, because every time I play Koala, I make a mistake. I let the person do something that they're not supposed to do, or I do something that I'm not, that doesn't benefit me. I do something incorrectly. So I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna pay extremely close attention and not let this stuff go. And I did it again. I let something happen that wasn't supposed to happen. So basically, real quick summary. Um, so a lot of the characters in Koala's deck, the Revolutionary Army type characters, gain cost, right? So on the card it says they're 4 cost characters, so costs $4 to play them, but their effect gives them additional cost because a lot of times the Revolutionary Army leaders need characters of 8 or more to, inflict their ability or whatever the case is, right? The leaders. So they give them this, it's kind of a fake cost, but it really comes in handy because there's a lot of cost-based removal and blah, 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 where cards say, remove a character that has a cost of 6 or less, or rest a character that has a cost of 7 or less, or that kind of shit. So taking them up to 8 is a very big deal. Anyways, there was a character that I had, and they had a +4 cost, and they were at 8. My opponent plays one of the new Peronas from OP14, and so that Perona says that one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less can't attack. Or no, I think it's a cost of like 5 or 6 or less. It's one of the two. I think it's like 6 or less. Can't attack until the end of your opponent's next turn or some shit like that. So I'm like, fuck. So he plays it, and on my turn, I don't attack with my character when I could have, because the effect doesn't take hold because my character was technically at 8 cost, right? So it was just that minor mistake, and then the game came down to like barely winning, and that one swing could have made all the difference, right? Because he would have, either trashed a card from his hand, or he would have taken a life. Like that type of stuff makes so big of a difference, and it frustrates me when I play fucking shitty like that. And it is what it is. But I say all that because I got 2 packs from, 2 participation packs for the tournament. One is just the typical, 4 cards that you get from any of the tournaments that we've done so far for this first quarter of the year. And then the second one is the Heroines tournament specific. Yeah, Heroines Cup. What does it say? It says Heroines Battle Pack. So, yeah, so I have those. I do want to open those. For whatever reason, there's a what is it called? There's a Nico Robin in one of these, and so I've only opened one of these so far, and I pulled the Nico Robin, and the Nico Robin is going for like $30-something. I don't know why the hell it's going. I'm sure it has something to do with like it working really well in some sort of deck or something. I don't know. I haven't really paid that close of attention, but it's going for $30, and it's the Nico Robin. So there's a Nico Robin, there's a Nami, and I think the last one is Jewelry Bonnie. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, typically Nami is the one who goes crazy. So, but Nami's, I mean, she's $10, so that's not bad right now. But the Nico Robin being 30 is kind of surprising to me. But again, I'm sure that there's some sort of reason, some sort of explanation behind it as to why she's more expensive than the other ones by that much. I don't know what Jewelry Bonnie is. But anyways, and the fucking so when you win the tournament, this is different from like the previous or the other tournaments, since this is like a special one, because they're only doing like one winner. Like before, they're like, the top four will be winners, and then we'll raffle off the other, or top eight. So I did get one of my so at the same place when OP14 came out, we did the pre-release event, and I finished top eight, and I was able to get one of the girl winner cards. And so that and so yeah, that so sometimes they'll do like, it's not just the number one winner, it's like, okay, the top eight or whatever they decide to do. And so anyways, there's only one winner pack, so only one person gets to win. And typically what it is the cards are the exact same as, you know, what comes in the promotional packs that they give you for that tournament, right? So they're typically the same, except they have the word winner written across. So if you do remember, you probably don't, but with the girl cards, that's exactly how it happened. Like they handed out the girl in that situation, that's literally the only one that you got, right? You got the girl card, and then the winner card was the same card but with winner written across it, right? That's typically how they do it. But this time around, there's a pack of three. There's a pack, excuse me, and it's random which of the three you can get. But in the winner pack, you get all three of them with the word winner written across it. And I don't know what the Jewelry Bonnie costs right now, but the Nami, the last time I checked, the Nami and the Nico Robin winner packs ran $350 a piece. So, and I'm sure the Jewelry Bonnie is 100 at least, right? Probably more, but just kind of being conservative. But yeah, that's at least $800 you're basically getting for winning the tournament. It's absolutely crazy. It is nuts. But yeah, so pretty exciting stuff. I'm not gonna win that at all. I'll get very, very lucky if I'm able to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna fucking do no bullshit like that. But I will we'll keep trying. I have a couple more. I think there's probably like 2 or 3 more opportunities for me. I signed up for more than that, but just the way, like, there was one this morning, but my daughter had a basketball game, and then there's one tonight, but me and my wife are doing something. So yeah, so I'm just not going to be able to make it. There is one tomorrow. There's one on Tuesday that I'll make it to. And then I think there's a couple more I'm going to try and make it to, at least one of those. So I have a couple more chances. We'll see what happens. It was actually funny because I lost my first game. So I think we ended up playing 5 games. I won 2. So I lost my first game, and this is, again, just strictly, there's only one person who's going to win. So as soon as you lose, you're out of it, right? It isn't one of those situations where, like, I'm fighting for top 4, top 8, so the other games matter too. No, this is one of those situations where it's like, okay, once you lose, you're pretty much done, but you still stick around to, play some games and that kind of thing. But anyways, so I lost my first game, so it was pretty much toast after that. But, I'm sitting there, I'm still playing anyways. And so won my second game, blah, blah, blah. So we're on the very last game, and we're on the last round. And, me and the guy I'm playing against, like, he's really good. He's one of the people that I see there. I don't talk to him, but there's like people that I see a lot of times at different events and stuff. He's one of those people that I see at the, pre-release events and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, but he's good at the game. He knows what he's doing. And we're both like, we're just playing whatever, don't care. But he was playing Nefeltari Vivi, which was a fairly popular deck because it's a new leader that just came out with EVO3. It's the only leader that came out with EVO3. But anyways, he ended up we're playing, and 100% sure this dude is about to win, right? I'm like, we're getting down to the point where it's just kind of like he has a board full of people, and I have a a searcher because he eventually because I'm playing extremely like safe, right? At this point, and that's what I need to be doing with Koala, right? I'm healing a ton, right? I have the ability to heal because I have access to yellow cards, so I'm healing a bunch, and that's why yellow is like the number one color right now in the meta because there's so much access to healing. So, anyways, so I'm healing a ton. I'm playing extremely defensive. While he's slowly taking his own life because when you play a big character with Koala, when you play a big character cost 8 or more, you have to take a life. Or when you cheat a character out, so you play a character off of another character's ability, you have to take a life, right? And he's playing two colors, red and blue, don't have access to healing. So when he takes that life, it's gone. Whereas me, I take a life, it's not that big of a deal because there's opportunities for me to heal that life, right? So it extends the game for me, which is what I want to do as a Koala player. So anyways, he has a huge board. Like I have a couple characters on board, and it's his turn, and he swings at me. I block. In this particular blocker, when you KO or when she gets KO'd, you get to heal. So I heal. And then he's like, do I keep swinging at you or do I clear the board? And so he swung at me, and I'm trying to, it's a mental warfare. It really is a mental warfare because he said this out loud. He's like, do I continue to swing at you or do I clear your board? Do I extend the game out for another turn? And in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to lose no matter what. This is what I'm thinking in my head. Potentially. Because he has five characters, a blocker. He doesn't have any life at this point. Because again, I was slowly chipping away throughout the game, and he doesn't have any life, but he has a blocker, and so he swings at me, right? Because I block his first attack, heal a life immediately, so that's one attack gone. He's not going to swing with another one because it's a blocker, so he has 3 attacks left, and he has his character, his leader, I mean, so he has 4 attacks left, and so he swings at me. And he's like, okay, well, we're gonna see what I need to do. So he swings at me. He has all 10 of his Don up. Man, I'm going into this whole fucking story. It's funny, but I'll be quick, and then we'll open some packs. And so he swings into me, and in my head, I'm thinking, okay, because I have the counter to get out of the attack, but this is one of those mental warfare things where if I take this life, he's gonna continue to swing into me and try and win the game right then and there. And I'm like, he probably can. He probably can if he chooses to do that. And so I'm like, you know what? I need to be extremely safe. I have 3 life. He has 0, but he's on the offensive right now, and I'm on my heels. And so he swings into me, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna defend this because I don't know if I'll be able to defend any other attacks that he makes into me. So I defend it, right? And he's like, okay, well, you answered the question for me. This is literally what he said. He said, okay, well, you answered the question for me. So he starts swinging into my board. And I think I only have 2 characters. I have like a dragon and something else. A dragon and another character. Probably, was it a Kuma? I don't know what it is. It was a dragon and something else. And so he ends up turning into my board, and he kills my board, blah, blah, blah. And so, and he's attacked, and then at the end of it, he attacks my life. So I have I think I maybe have one or 2 cards in my life left. Anyways, long story short, so he brings it back over to me. I only have my searcher, 2,000 power, and my leader. That's it. He has like 4 cards in his hand or something like that. And in his head, he has a blocker, and he has enough counter to counter out of anything I can do. So he's comfortable. I'm sure he was extremely comfortable at this point because he had a blocker that can get him out of one of the attacks. And then the second attack that I do, because I only have 2 attacks, and the second attack that I do, he'll just counter out of it. He should have enough counter in his hand. And so because one of my attacks is only 2,000, so I need to use some Don to buff it up. So anyways, I had a Ground Death. And so if you're familiar with the game at all, Ground Death is such a good card, and this is the first time it actually worked for me. It's the first time I actually got to use the first effect. So the effect is so it's a 1 cost event, and then you rest 2 of your Dons, so it's 3 costs total to do the main effect. and you negate the effects of one of your opponent's 5 cost or less characters. So I was able to use that card. I used a total of 3 Don, negated the blocker that he was counting on that fucking blocker to fucking counter out of one of his attacks, because he has no life at this point. So if I get an attack to go through, I win. And so I negate the effects of the blocker, so he can't block me that turn. And I just said, fuck it, I got to go for it. So I attach all 7 Don to my leader, swing into him, and he ended up only being able to get up to 11k. So I won, long story short. And then he was frustrated, and throughout the game we were kind of talking about our frustrations with our leaders and stuff like that. And literally, I'm talking about immediately after the game was over, because the most popular deck there was Nami. Probably the best deck right now in this particular format is this blue yellow Nami, and a couple of people were playing it. I think that was probably like the most represented deck that was there. But anyways, yeah, this blue yellow Nami. And as soon as the game was over, he like starts pulling out his binder and his cards and stuff like that. And he starts building the Nami deck immediately. And it was so funny, because he was like, I'm done with this VV deck. I'm done with it. I need something different. I mean, the game was over by then, or the tournament was over by then. And obviously you can't switch in the middle of a tournament. But yeah, he was like, I'm done with this deck. I need to play something else. So he immediately started building the Nami deck. So I thought that was fucking hilarious. Okay, man, that was a long-winded preamble. We 30 minutes into it. Shit. My bad, y'all. Let's open some packs. Let's open some packs for show. I don't even have no background music playing. Let's play some background music. All right, there we go. It's been kind of lame. So I'm gonna open these 2 packs first, then I'll go to Riftbound, and then we'll go back to the other packs, the other One Piece packs. But it's been kind of lame because, and I get that people are busy, right? I bitch about that fucking pretty much every stream at this point. But so the sim that, you know, a lot of people that play heavily rely on that sim. And Baby 5, I got too many of these at this point. But a lot of people that play on the sim, you know, they rely on it because it gives them the opportunity to like practice with decks, play with decks, understand how they work, understand how they're supposed to work against other decks, that kind of thing. And typically they do a very good job. And I think it's like one dude who runs it. I'm sure he might have like a couple of different people who help out. I don't know that for sure, but I would assume so. But anyways, so this sim typically is updated like prior to a set even releasing, because again, they get the cards over in Japan. So typically what will happen is before a set releases, before the set releases here in America, like they'll add the cards to this sim, so we get a chance to play around with them and figure them out, right? And then a couple of days after it releases here in the United States, then we can play it, you know, legally, right? Because like in the ranked games and things like that, you can't play the cards that aren't legal yet here in America. And so they do a really good job at actually, you know, keeping up with that. But the last update that they had was in January, and it was for OP14, and they haven't done anything since then, right? And so OP15 has been fully, you know, announced and all that kind of stuff, and they haven't done anything as far as like, and it's noticeable, right? It isn't just me. Jewelry Bonnie, fuck. This is the worst one out of all the fucking ones. That actually sucks a whole lot. So it was Jewelry Bonnie, but whatever. Yeah, so they for the collection purposes, that's pretty good actually, I guess. For the collecting, because I had the Nico Robin already. But anyways, yeah, they haven't done that, and it kind of sucks because they haven't done an update where OP14, which has been legal for a couple weeks at this point, actually like over, I don't know when OP14 has been legal for a couple months at this point, but they haven't done an update that allows it to be legal in the like the ranked matches and that kind of thing. So so you have to play like these other type of matches that allow you to play, oops, those cards. But yeah, it's just kind of a little frustrating. And I get, like I said, I'm sure this motherfucker got shit going on. He's, you know, busy. I'm 100% sure that's what's going on. But and he does like some other things too. Like he has like this deck builder app too that he works on, and that does other games too. So he does that. This deck builder app has like One Piece, Riftbound, Magic. I think he has some other games and stuff like that too. I don't really know. Sunken Temple. All right, Lucian Merciless. Ooh, hell yeah. Svelsongir. Number 2. Hell yeah, we'll take an epic from a fucking pack. From a booster box. Yep, that is fire. This card looks awesome. This was the first epic that I pulled out of all my Riftbound, well, Spirit Forged, I guess, packs. So very nice, very nice. It'd be nice to get something from here, but I don't know if I'm that lucky. Svelsongir. Poor lonely Poro. Pororo. Gem Jammer. Temptation. Yeah, these are all... Yep. Ooh, 2 Rocket Barrages. Hey. Hall of Legends. BF Sword. Man, this shit is fucking very similar. Blood Rush. Ornn Forge God. I don't think I have this Ornn yet. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have this one yet. So 6 costs 4 might. Excuse me, yeah, might. 6 costs 4 might champion unit. So it's a little bit underpowered, but we'll see if the effect is that good. Deflect 2, so opponents must pay 2 power to choose me with the spell or ability. Fantastic. With Weapon Master, when you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for 1 power less, even if it's already attached. That's fantastic, because most of them only use 1 power, right? So like this, for example, is BF Sword. This one uses 1 power, so you could attach it to Ornn for free. So with any Weapon Master, but with Ornn specifically, since we're talking about him. And then I have +1 might for each friendly gear, right? So it basically turns this +3 into +4. So this now it's a you attached 1 item, and it's a and he's a 6 cost 8 might unit, so he can get big very fast. And Ornn's and the main Ornn's ability, or the legend Ornn, so like the leader's Ornn's ability has something to do with like power as well, power for equipment. All right, so let's see what we got next. And a Soraka. I don't think I have the Soraka either. Hell yeah. So champion unit, I must be assigned combat damage if another unit you control here. I don't know if I have this Soraka, but I will definitely take that. This is actually a pretty good haul for cards that I don't have yet, and then a dope ass epic. So I will take that, absolutely. Also, by the way, the cards for the actual boxes, I mean, for Spirit Forged have been going down lately. So I was at this tournament yesterday, and you know, they have a ton of shit. They always have so much shit, and they don't give a fuck, right? They have so much shit. This is the shop that I can order like as many boxes as I fucking want to. And even yesterday, like, they were like asking people, did they want to be put down for? They were asking people, did they want to be put down for OP15, which comes out like in the beginning of April or something like that. And so, you know, there were people were like 15 boxes, 10 boxes, that kind of thing. And it's crazy. It was a lot of people that did that. But I ended up, I told them 5 boxes. So we'll see if I actually get all 5 of them or not. A, because we'll have to see how much they cost, and B, we'll see if the allotment is given. I was able to get my 5 boxes for EVO3, which was cool, but again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, so they had a ton of boxes of like Spirit Forged, and so while I'm like signing up at the very beginning, you know, you got to pay the cost to play in the tournament. Asked him, you know, how much the boxes are going for, because I noticed that they were going down, and he was like, let me look them up real quick. They're going for 140. Oh, we got a Charlotte Linlin. Nice little super rare. Boxes are 140. I was like, excuse me, 140? Are you kidding me? What's the limit on these? He's like, there's no limit. Buy as many as you want to. So in my head at first, I'm like, I'm gonna buy 10 of them. Fuck, I want all of them. And you know, I don't want to buy. I don't like buying my stuff until like the end, until I'm about to leave, because I don't want to just be holding on to it. You know, something happens. I was at the shop before somebody's box got stolen at one of the pre-release events. I think it was for OP14. Somebody's box got taken. So yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'll buy it right before I leave, so I can not have to worry about looking out for them. And so yeah, at the end, when everything was all said and done, I ended up, got another fucking Cavendish? Hell yes, man. This card is going for fucking $5. I think I literally posted some today for like $6 a piece for a rare, and I think it's only going to go up. There's 2 Dressrosa leaders coming out in OP15. Two blue Dressrosa leaders that is coming out in OP15. So that card is going to be, I was kind of hesitant to even post my Cavendish on there because I'm like, shit, this thing is going to go up. But, you know, I was like, fuck it. Let me just go ahead and do that. Post them. Because I'll pull some more. Anyways, I ended up getting a couple more boxes. Ended up getting 3 boxes of Spirit Forge. So I had thought about opening a box of Spirit Forge today, since I haven't done a boxing day in a while. I was thinking about doing one today, but just in a bit of a time crunch, and I want to I like to enjoy opening the box, right? I don't want to like rush through the fucking thing. I hate when people do that. You know, it's their thing. I see those speed runners that just fucking look at the last 2 cards and just empty the pack, or they cut like a stack of packs and they kind of just like put it in their hands and they go through it real fast. You know, that's their thing, whatever. But I don't like that. I like going through each one. We can look at the cards. We got another fucking Cavendish, hell yeah! And there's a possibility we get something better too. And we get this for, you know, you love the fucking wow hits, right? You love those cards, obviously. But I'm not just somebody who fucking wants to sell the cards. I do like selling the cards, do not get me wrong. But I am also a collector, and that's kind of what started all this. So getting these cards are really cool because they're really good cards, and I want to keep them. I'm probably going to keep these 2 until OP15 comes out and see what they go for. I don't know if they're going to get much higher than $5. Like $5 for a rare is an extremely high amount. This card has always been a good card though, and it just generically is really good. So it's 4 cost 6,000 power. So 6,000 power, 4 cost, fantastic. No counter, but when attacking once per turn, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So it gives you a massive amount of card draw, and you get to like filter your hand. So the card is fantastic, and then being able to play it in an actual Dressrosa type deck is even better. So these cards, great. I love that I just pulled 2 of those. And then the Sanji, I was literally looking at my books today, specifically OP10, because I was putting some OP10 away, and I was making sure, because I'm getting to the point where I'm accidentally overstocking stuff, or I'm selling stuff when I don't have full play sets of them, long story short. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing that again. And so I think the Sanji was one of the ones that I didn't have a full play set of, so fantastic. I love that. But yeah, those Cavendishes, man, fire. Yeah, having the wows, amazing, wonderful. I definitely love those, but sometimes you just, you gotta be happy with the mundane. I don't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hell yeah, matey. Alright. Oh, these are OP14, so there's no such thing as leader packs in OP14. The OP14 right now is the only... I was hoping that EBO3 would be like the leaderless packs or whatever. Packs that you can get hits in, even with it being a leader pack. But OP14 is the only one. EBO3, I believe, I'm fairly certain EBO3 was one of the ones that had or EBO3 did have the leader packs as well. So if you got a leader, you're only going to get 2 rares. But OP15, I'm fairly certain, I'm like 99% certain OP15 is the same, where a leader pack doesn't mean that you're gonna have no hits. Ooh, very nice. I'll take a Perona. This Perona is awesome. 5 cost, 6,000 power. On play, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. So they can't block, they can't use any abilities that say that rest this character for this and that and the other thing. They can't attack, obviously. And then, I mean, it's a 5 cost, 6,000 power, so it's going to be able to swing pretty freely. And then on KO, you may rest one of your cards, play up to 1 green character card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So it replaces itself with anything. You can play another Perona if you wanted to. So that is a very good card. I was bitching to my wife last night on my way home from, because it was a 30-ish minute drive or whatever home. And I'm sure she doesn't give a damn, but I like to call her, and she does a good job at like faking it. So, you know, listening to me bitch and whine about my fucking tournaments and stuff. But I was calling her to complain. I was like, I don't know if Koala's a thing. So I think I'm probably going to try and build another deck at some point when I get a chance. I don't know if I'll build one for this particular tournament, or I will. So I do want to build a deck. I probably will end up running Koala for the rest of this tournament. Maybe I'll give it tomorrow. So tomorrow's tournament, if I do fucking horrible again, because I didn't win any games the first tournament, and then to the one yesterday, so I'm like 2 out of 9. 2 out of 9 games, so 2 and 7 in the games that I've played, and it's very frustrating. But so depending on how I do tomorrow, I'll probably, you know, if I do very bad like I've been doing, I'll probably build another heroine deck. I don't know who I'll pick, but we'll see. Absalom. Oh yes! Fuck yes! I swear to God, I promise you, I was literally thinking about this earlier today, and I've thought this before. Like, you know, you want the big fucking, I was just talking about the big fucking flashy, shiny hits. Like, you always want that. And, you know, sometimes there are some cards or some sets, and it just feels like you're not getting shit from the set, and the set just isn't very good to you. But, I have not hit one manga yet, which whatever, it'll come. You know, it'll come. I've gotten some big hits, which I'm happy about. Something that I have, like, looking back, like, I have hit some special prints. Like, I have hit some fucking special prints, quite a few special prints. It all started with fucking OP12. I hit like 4 of the special print Zoros. I hit the special print Yasop. I hit the Lim. No, I hit the Lim or the Tashigi. I hit the Tashigi, I think. There was one I didn't hit. I didn't hit the Tashigi, or I didn't hit the Lim, excuse me. And then I hit the Ace, ended up hitting the Ace. OP, even PRBO2, I hit some special prints. So, yeah, this card looks awesome. Yeah, this card just fucking looks crazy. I do hate when they special print something that just, like, doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, this is a 4 cost, 6,000 power, on play, draw 1 card. Like, you know, this is one of those cards where it's just kind of like, right? The cards, and I say this all the time, like, this is why Gum Gum Giant is, like, the alt art is so popular. It's not a special print. Like, it's kind of a special print, kind of not, but we'll call it, you know, we'll call it what it is. Very popular, very valuable card. Like, it does so much. Like, it was the strongest card in the game for a very long time. It probably is still in the running for that. This card isn't one of those things. It's just 4 cost, 6,000 power, on play, draw 1 card. But with that being said, this shit looks fucking cracked, bro. Like, this looks absolutely crazy. I love the way this card looks. Yeah, this card looks super dope, right? Edward Weevil just kind of hanging out with his mama bucking there, right? So, fantastic looking card. Hell yeah. Let me go grab a fucking, I'll let y'all look at that real quick. I gotta go grab a top loader for this. this card looks amazing. I really like this. Like just look at the background. It might be harder to see now that I put this sheet on it, but he's like on some sort of like beach or something like that. He's fucking destroyed everything. He got the palm trees back there. He claims that he's Newgate's son. Yeah. He did become a 7 Whirler of the Sea, it looks like. But yeah, just this card just looks really good. Like it doesn't, like honestly, like the effect doesn't do a whole lot. Oh my god, speaking of special prints, so there's, I think I've talked about them on the stream before or whatever. There's like this married couple or whatever that plays, and I see them pretty regularly, and I would call them, they're they're at a lot of the tournaments that I go to, right? And so I played the husband, which I hate playing people, and we both kind of said the same thing. I hate playing people that I know in the first round. It's like nice to play a stranger, and then if we got to play each other, we play in the second round or whatever. Play whoever we know in the second round. Man, this looks so good. I actually do hit special prints on a pretty regular basis, so I actually love that. Anyways, so there in PRBO2, there's a pudding. I mean, it's the blue pudding that everybody knows. So it's your opponent shuffles their, on play, your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 5 cards. So it is so devastating because, if they have 8, 9 cards in their hand, you're basically ripping 3 or 4 cards, plus, right? So however many cards they have in their hand, they have to put it back in their deck, and they have to draw 5. So it's very devastating, trust me. Anyways, there was a special print version in PRBO2 of that card, and it's worth like $220 or something like that, somewhere in that range. And it looks amazing. It looks so fantastic. It's such a beautiful card. And y'all know me, I be saying this all the time. I am not playing those valuable cards in my deck at all. I will play with the fucking card, the $1 variation of it, right? The original artwork of that card. And so I was playing against the couple, or not the couple, but I was playing against the husband. And I saw him counter out with one of those special print puddings, and I was shocked. I was taken aback. I was like, y'all are nuts, man. And then like a minute later, he countered out with another one. Like, I think it was like back to back or something like that. He countered out with another one, and I was like, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are absolutely nuts. And he was like, this is my wife's, because she was like, they were actually playing right next to each other. And so he was like, this is thanks to her. They're hers, but she let me borrow them. So I think they have like a master collection. I think they have their own collections, their own individual collections. But hell yeah, I will take this card just looks so good. Like this looks fantastic. I really like typically what you see is with the special prints, like all the special prints for a particular set like look the same, right? They'll have like different colors or whatever, and obviously the character will be different, blah blah blah, but like the general like feel of the card and the patterns on the card will all be the same throughout all of them. But like this one is not the case. Like this one is just a freaking, looks like this dude went to war and just kind of came out. Like this card looks so good. Sorry for keep bringing it up, but I'm actually very pumped with that hit. All right, let's see if we can get another one. Yep, special prints. I'm pretty good with the special prints. Ooh, Mr. 2. I don't have many of these. I don't have many of these Mr. 2s. I really think I want to build Crocodile. Like, I really want to build a Crocodile deck. Like, it just fits I think it just fits me, right? I was playing with the purple-yellow Crocodile for a long time, and I think I want to build. And one of the cool things is, and something somebody had mentioned yesterday that I thought was absolutely brilliant, they build all of their decks with the exact same like sleeves. So when you have to like, because a lot of times you only have like 4 of a certain card, and a lot of the decks will use some of the same cards. And so you have to like take your decks, so you have to like take the card out and put it, you know, take whatever card out, take it out of its sleeve, put it in the sleeve for this other deck that you want to play it in. But he's like, everything's the same, so I just take it out of where it is and put it in the deck. And I was like, that is so smart, that is so genius. I think I'm gonna copy that. Like, I don't have many decks built right now. I think I have like the crocodile deck, which that deck is going to be illegal here in a couple months or a couple weeks anyways. The beginning of April, that deck becomes illegal in the normal tournaments, because it's getting rotated out. Not that anything is, you know, super overpowered in it, but the leader is going to get rotated out, so I won't be able to play that leader anymore. So I'll have to break that deck down here soon. So with that, not counting that one, I have, obviously I have the koala deck, then I have an emu deck, and I think I still have my, the hell is her name? The hell is that bitch's name? Reiju. I think I still have my Reiju deck. So yeah, I think that is it. So it'd be pretty easy to like start, you know, to re-sleeve those in all the same, colors. So that was just such a genius freaking Chaka Impel. And we hit a fucking Draco Mihawk. These packs that fucking Hot Topic, bro, sent me fire. We got a fucking secret rare. We got a fucking special print. I think, did we get 2? We got a super rare here. Did we get a super rare in the first pack? Hold on, what did we hit in that first pack? I don't know what we... Oh, we did hit a super rare in the first pack. So we hit 2 super... Everything has had a hit in it so far. 2 super rares. We hit a secret rare. And then we hit the special print. So everything has been a hit so far from these packs. Shit, all right, Hot Topic. I see you, Hot Topic. I see you. Fire. Alright, yeah, this will have to be the last pack because I gotta go get ready and shit. But yeah, even though I want to open some more, I want to open some Rift now. Now I can't wait. Now I cannot wait for more cards. Like I said, I was supposed to get 5 more in the mail of OP14, but they didn't come today, so I'm sure that they'll come on Monday. Ooh, do I want to build Law 2? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just in a deck building mood. I'll probably build a deck at some point this weekend. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Coffin Bota, Ellie Claw, and a Virgo. That was a very anticlimactic way to end the stream. Like, after so many hits, we get like 2 rares. But man, we had a freaking banger of a stream. We're gonna count. No, we're not gonna count that one because I hid the other one. I don't know where it is. But we did get a secret rare, Mihawk, and then we also got a we got a Mihawk. And then we also got this special print, which looks freaking fantastic. I cannot believe we actually got this one. Hell yes, I will take this all day long. And then this really isn't like a hit, but I'll throw that on there too. The Spell Song Gil. Yeah, we'll throw that on there too. So not a bad day at the office for a quick little hour-long stream. It's so funny. Like, I started streaming 26 minutes into it, so I was talking for over half the stream. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching on a Saturday afternoon. I know the time is different, but like I said, I have shit to do, and more than likely I will be on tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.